Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second day of the Optimize Your Marketing Funnel event series hosted by Mention. I'm joined here with Roxana from Social Bee, who will be presenting 20 plus social media content ideas for every stage of the funnel. So we're really happy to have Social Bee join us for this event. Please don't forget to ask any questions you may have for either myself or Roxana in the questions tab. And feel free to also write in the chat where you're from, what companies you're working at, and just to write us anything if you have any feedback for us. So without further ado, I will pass the microphone over to Roxana, and we'll also see you at the end for some questions and answers.
Thank you so much, Francesca, for the warm introduction, and thank you for joining us today, for registering for the today event, and just being here with us. And as Francesca was mentioning, right now I'm with Social Bee. I'm head of marketing, and it only made sense for me to share some of the insights we've got on social media content ideas, what works well for each stage of the funnel. And just to give you more context on how on what I do at Social Bee and how it is that I ended up here. I started out as an intern at Social Bee many years ago. Then I was a social media specialist, and then slowly I got more and more into marketing. And fast forward to today. I'm overseeing everything that we do on marketing, each channel, social media, email marketing, content, and so on. And for those of you who never heard of Social Bee, if it sounds familiar to you, if you know or use Social Bee, just let us know in the chat with a number in which bucket you fall in. And for those of you who never heard of Social Bee, we had a social media management tool that you can use to plan your content, to analyze your profile, and just take care of all your profiles from one place. And now, what are my hopes for today? What I hope you will learn is what content ideas work best for each stage of the funnel. I will discuss two different ways in which marketers usually view the marketing funnel, and then briefly I will give you some tips on how you can create a solid content mix for your social media profiles. And yeah, I will have lots of examples for you, and hopefully, just by seeing those examples, you will be inspired to start creating such posts for your feeds as well. And if all of this sounds good to you, I'll just go ahead and start with the basics, which is obviously the marketing funnel and the various stages of it. And as probably the yesterday's speakers and today's speakers will keep repeating and mentioning. So a marketing funnel is the series of stages that your customers go through, from awareness all the way to advocacy. Now, I was mentioning that marketers have different ways to look at the marketing funnel. Some of them prefer to think of it as the three-step funnel: top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. Others prefer to look at it with the five-step funnel: awareness, consideration, conversion, engagement, and advocacy. Uh, Personally, I prefer the five-step funnel because it adds a layer of complexity to what you do, and it brings engagement and advocacy into the picture, which are so important for every business. Now, how I decided to structure my content ideas for each step of the funnel. I will give you ideas, and then I will give you some examples. Now, starting with the first stage of the funnel, social media content ideas for awareness. And uh, here your main goal is to obviously generate brand awareness, have complete strangers find out about you, know what it is that you do, and how can you do that on social media. I have four ideas for you here. The first one being creating unboxing videos and product tutorials. And I see it every day on Instagram, on TikTok, brands that decided to just post a reel with their box, with their packaging, and some influencers, some brands, or even themselves, the owners, just open the box, they show you the product, they show you how to use it, and as I was mentioning at the third idea, you can even share a before and after effect. So here, I saw um, some product for shaving, and what they've done is they filmed a video where they actually showed the hand before shaving and after shaving, and it was just so easy to incorporate a review with the before and after effect. Then you can also rely on giveaways and contests. I know everyone is using them right now, and it may seem like an overused initiative, but trust me, you can generate brand awareness. Because if you were to do the math here, it's simple. You launch the giveaway, you have some conditions for people to join and to be considered for a chance to win, such as posting your post on their stories, tagging someone in the comments, and just think, if you have 10 people joining your giveaway, those 10 will share to their stories. Their stories, let's say on average, could have 200 views. You already generated 2,000 views and brand awareness for yourself, even if those who see the stories and the giveaway won't buy from you directly. At least they are aware that you exist, they are aware that you are on the market and that you have something to offer. Now, uh, I want to show you examples from brands, also for you to see what visuals they used, also to see the captions that they used. And the first example is so they are using user generated content with an influencer that is so happy to use the cream. You can even see that they included in the caption a quick testimonial. I've been loving the soft feeling that it gives me. So then once again, in the second example, you could see a coach that decided to include user-generated content from one of her customers, along with the testimonial. Then once again, you could see brand launching a giveaway. They made sure to add the date visually in the image, to make sure to add a condition on how to enter the giveaway, and yeah, to make it very, very catchy and obvious that it's a giveaway that they are having. Now, moving on to the second stage of the funnel, consideration. Once again, you have a main goal for each stage. For the second one is attracting new leads. And how can you do that on social media? You can easily talk about the benefits of your products and services. So, in the first stage, you just introduced the product, you showed how it works, just a brief introduction to your product. Now, in this stage, you can already talk about benefits, you can talk about unknown product features, you can share customer success stories, which to some extent, it's an evolved version of the quick testimonial. Because at this stage, they do need to build more trust with you, and customer success stories are longer. you can give more insights on what they get to do with you. So yeah, you can use those at this stage. Once again, user generated content works well, I guess, for every stage of the funnel, because you if you put images of customers owning, using your products, they're able to create a reality in their minds where they have your product, they use it. And if I were to give a simple example with an online clothing store, user generated content works so well, because nowadays you probably have seen so many stores with models that pose a specific way, and the end customer is not able to see the way the clothes look like, and to see the details of what they might want to purchase. So user generated content gives the real view of how the clothes would look like. It's relatable, and it can even help you assist people in deciding what sizes work best for them. You could have, user generated content for size M, for example, and they can get an idea on how it would look on specific body types. Then once again, at this stage, you you also want to make sure that they build more and more trust in you. And one way to do that is to talk about your company's values. And now, just to give you an example here for company values, if you see here at the bottom right corner, they decided to talk about their company values. They decided to even add a link in their social media posts to the website page, where they go into more details about their values, what they care for. And I will read it to you just in case you're not able to see the caption properly. So what they are saying is, we pride ourselves on our commitment to progress and action, emphasis on action. We recently passed on an office because it didn't offer a breastfeeding space. Every employee deserves to have their basic needs met. So met. So this helps potential customers understand what you stand for, besides the whole business values and what you offer with your product, who you are as humans, as as a company culture. Then another examples here, the first one, you can see they wanted to share some awards that they received, once again to build trust, to have social proof. Then the second example, they used user-generated content. Do not disturb, mommy is reading. Once again, it's so relatable. I'm 100% sure that moms can relate to this. And you have to make your brand relatable at the end of the day if you want your customers to trust you, to want to do business with you, and just be here with you in the long run. Then another example that I added is for a case study. Once again, they decided even visually to add some quote from their head of finance, and also a link where they could read more about this case study. Now, moving on to the next stage, social media content ideas for conversion. Um, you when you think of content at this stage, you can say for sure that people are aware of you, people start to build some trust in you. They just need one push, I could say, to start doing something. And now the goal here, generate sales and conversions. I wanted to make a clear differentiation between those two, because conversions, you can have multiple conversion goals, even if they decide to give you their email address in exchange for a resource, that's also a conversion. If they decide to book a call, that's also a conversion. Many times, what I've seen, even with social big customers, they try to skip stages, and they try to incentivize people to buy without making sure those visitors are nurtured, they trust you, they understand you. And usually it doesn't work too well when you try to just skip stages. And when it happens that you get to this stage, the conversion stage, you have to make sure to post about your promotions and limited offers on social media. um, those limited offers most likely have a discount code attached, a voucher, and you know this is mainly for the sales. Then you can also think, what I was mentioning on conversions. You can post lead magnets, templates, guides they can download, free consultations that you offer. And I even want to give you an example with how easy it is these days with a low budget, low resources to promote your lead magnets and collect email addresses, enter those people into your funnel, and nurturing them from that point on. And my example is on Facebook. You can launch lead ads on Facebook, um, where you can collect their email addresses in exchange for a resource without you sending them to a specific landing page on your website. So this makes it so easy on you. You no longer have to create a landing page on your website. All you have to do is have the resources, have a specific budget for the ads that you're launching, monitor how things go, what cost you get per click, and then see if this is a long-term strategy for you. Then once again, you can promote your newsletter on social media, but here just make sure that you mention the reason why. So why should they even join your newsletter? Whether you could say that we send you weekly tips, we send you specific offers, or you could frame it like, be the first one to know everything that's new with my company, or something like that. Make sure you always attach to an action that you want them to take, value that they could gain after they act. Then you could promote your blog articles and just send people to your website. This has just so many benefits. If you have lead magnets in your blogs, they can download those, enter your funnel. Also, from a sale perspective, you uh, you get more visitors to your blog. Maybe they share those on their social media profiles, and Google is watching. Google knows when users and visitors find value in your blog articles, and they make sure to rank you higher on Google. Now, to get to examples, the first one being on signing up for a newsletter. And you can see the call to action being short, clear, added visually as well. And in the caption, they made sure to give the reason why, and I will just read it to you. So the caption says, "Would you like the best weekly stories delivered straight to your inbox?" Yes, you do. So they gave the value straight away. They make a promise to deliver those things directly in their inbox. And people to some extent prefer getting updates directly in their inbox. It's easier for you to miss an update on social media, to not see the ads. But the inbox, I guess everyone checks the inbox nowadays, and it's such a direct way to get in touch with your customers. Then my second example is for a discount code. So what they've done here is they made sure to add the discount as big as they could, to give instructions, use promo code at checkout to say what's the value of the discount code, and also they decided to add some scarcity in the caption. So the first five to claim the discount code will get 20% off. So this element of the first five to claim could benefit you, could benefit the customers as well. How can it benefit you if you're a small business, if you simply cannot take on more customers? This is so easy. You limit the times when the code can be used, and the customers, they get an incentive. They might be scared that they might not be the first five to join, the first five to use the code, and they are incentivized to act right now and just give it a try. Then another example for, once again, a discount code is for a beauty salon. Once again, they made sure to mention the value of the discount. They made sure to add a time frame when you can use the discount code, and also the options. So you could use it for different services they have. And in the caption, once again, they tried to add a time element to what they do. So they ask you to hurry, it's a time limited period, book your appointment now. So yeah, they added the call to action loud and clear. Then the last example here is for a lead magnet. It's a template that you can download. Obviously they decided to link to a landing page here where you can download the template, but visually speaking, they made sure that you see that it's something that you can download. So you can see even here they decided to use the icon for download. They decided to use capital letters for template, even add the paper here visually, so it's just easy for those who see your post to understand easily what you want them to do, what's in it for them. Now, for engagement, so content ideas for engagement, what you can do here, so what you want to do here is spark engagement and interaction. That, in the end, will benefit your posts, because the more people engage with it, the more people comment, share, like your post, the more visibility you get. You've seen probably nowadays viral posts, and you probably, if you take a closer look at them, they have lots of comments, shares, likes, people tagging their friends in the comments, and so on. And what you can do here, some content ideas. The first one that I have for you is to share a fill in the blanks post. They are so fun. You can see how creative your followers can get, and they can just see what others comment, and engage with what everyone else commented, and you will see that in the end you have 100 comments easily. Then you can create polls and quizzes. You can host live Q&As. You can launch a challenge. It could be a simple challenge of leave in the comments a picture of you doing this, or I've seen lots of brands just saying something like, I dare you to add the last picture from your gallery in the comments. And yeah, it's fun, it's interactive, it's a challenge. People love to be challenged, so why not launch a challenge? You can also ask for recommendations. Even you as a business, you can ask your customers to recommend something, to ask. You can ask them something directly. It's they will appreciate you being open, transparent, being open to their ideas. Then you can share a photo and let your audience write the caption. I've seen so many, I guess, memes mostly, where you just post the memes and they say, I will let you caption this for me. Leave your comments below. And lastly, obviously, sharing a meme. They are so easy to spark engagement, because people want to share memes and they tag others in the comments. And even to show you an example for memes, here Shopify decided to create a meme with the caption, "What did you buy online today?" And obviously they decided to brand the meme. You can see how easy, how simple the design is for this. So they just used the obviously branded green shopping bag, um, and it's just such a simple way to make it relatable, to spark conversations, and have social media content shared on your feeds. Then another examples that I curated for you, it's still from Shopify. So they used fill in the blanks post. So when I made my first sale, I blank. And as you can see, there are so many comments here. Made the second as well, didn't do it yet. Obviously, so many likes. Um, and yeah, it's just a fun way to hear from your followers. Then another example from Canva, they decided to use a would you rather post. So they give usually two options. It's easy with two options, and you can just leave a comment for the post with what options you prefer. Um, and it's just a fun way to get people to act and just make your posts viral. My last example is from HubSpot. They decided to use a LinkedIn poll. They are so easy to use. As you can see, it's such a low effort posts. You have a question, you have a couple of options that are very very short, and as you can see, they got 800 votes, and it's it's an easy way to be conversational with your audience and hear from them. Also, it's a quick way to run a quick survey after all and just get some data on their preferences, habits, and whatever it is that you want to find out. Now, moving on to the last stage, which is advocacy. We at Social B, I guess, such a big part of what we do is, so we rely a lot on word of mouth, on referrals, on our advocates, our ambassadors, our affiliates. It's a huge channel for us, and it creates the buzz that you need, because one person shares with another, and from there on it's almost like you can no longer control the whole effect of advocacy. Now, the goal here is obviously to make sure that those who purchased from you remain loyal, and that their loyalty can be translated into repeated purchases, into upsells, and also that they advocate for your brand. They, if I don't know, for some reason someone asked them, what do you think about them, is it a good brand, is the product good, is it working, their answer to be yes, absolutely, no hesitation there. And what you can do here is you can promote your ambassador program, and you probably, I don't know, if you have limited resources or if your business is small, you might not have the budget to have very complex program and tools to manage the affiliate commission and so on. You can have something very very simple, where you can just give monthly rewards to those who promote the brand. You can use branded links that you can track later on how many clicks they got. You can use Bitly for this. It's a great tool that we integrate with as well. You can see how many clicks a specific link got. You can create specific landing pages for different partners, just so you know which customer came from which advocate. And yeah, you can have a very very simple structure for your program, and from there on, if things go well, you can just invest in a tool, and someone, there are so many agencies that can handle those things for you, from communication, resources, making sure that your ambassadors are successful. So yeah, there are so many opportunities to grow an ambassador program and then promote it on your social media. Another idea that I have for you is, advocating for meaningful causes. As I was mentioning before, when people decide to do business with you, they look at the product, but they also look at what you stand for, how you put yourself out there in the world, what you care for. If you support any specific causes, whether it's something for the environment or something for the society, for the community, especially if you are a local business. You could just help local causes and just make sure you share those things on social media, and just prove that you are there, you are active, you care, and you are more than just sales and making profit and things like that. Then which the next idea, which I think is related to the second one, you can write about your work ethic. And just as a simple example, I even saw this on LinkedIn recently. A partner of ours, he just posted a social media post on how they decide to partner with someone, what principles they follow, what they care for, how human they are in their interactions. And it really added, I would say, bonus points to my interactions with them. And it helped me create a full image around that person that probably I didn't have before, or I had missing pieces for it. So yeah, you can write about your work ethic on social media. You can post photos from the office. Once again, you have to humanize your brand. You have to put real faces next to the brand, because people they see your logo, but they want to see you as well. They want to see the person behind um, everything that's going on in your business, whether it's yourself, the co-founder, whether it's someone else from the company. You can share photos from the office. And lastly, you can make an appreciation post for your customers. Here, I guess you could either use some national holidays. I think recently, I guess 1 month ago, it was Customer Appreciation Day. You could use international national holidays to say thank you, or you don't even need a specific holiday to say thank you for everything that your customers do for you. You can do it once per quarter. You can do it at the end of the quarter and just say, it's been a great quarter for us. Thank you for being here, thank you for being with us. And either at the beginning, end of quarter, totally up to you how you want to show your appreciation. Now to show you some examples as well. So the first example is actually from us, from the Social Beat team. We shared on Instagram a picture with our customer success team. Um, we are a fully remote team, but we like to get to the office from time to time. And when we do that, we make sure to put it out there in the world for our customers to see us, to because we have demo calls, they see us, they interact with us, but it's different when they see a whole department, when they see the whole team, when they see us in the office. So yeah, make sure you use that on your feeds. Then Salesforce decided to post on social media a letter to our customers, um, and they showed how committed they are to their customers, and they even mentioned how they one of their values, as you can see here. So together in all the days and years ahead. So they think in the recent future and years ahead, they will be there for you. And they even decided to add a link in their bio. with more details on what they planned to do about the COVID-19 pandemic back then in 2020. So yeah, especially with COVID-19, so many businesses decided to just act, to show some solidarity to everything that was going on out there, and just address their customers directly through a letter to our customers, to articles, to so many resources supporting them. Then another example that I have for you, once again, about company values. And then from Dropbox, they decided to post a transparency report for 2020. Once again, people have to trust you. If they will advocate for you, you have to be in alignment with them. They have to get you, you have to get them. And I think that's the only way to have advocates. Be transparent, help them learn more about you, show them that you are there for them. Now that we covered social media content ideas for the 5 stages of the funnel, you may wonder, okay, there are so many ideas. How can I post everything? Um, I have no idea how to make sure that my content is diverse. And my best tips for you is to really plan your content in advance. Because I will give you just a simple example that our customers love to share with us many times. They say, I just want to relax in my weekends. I don't want to worry about sharing content, or even during the work week. They are so busy with so many things, and social media can be so overlooked, and it's just easy to plan in advance. You can do this whether by using a social media management tool, or you can do it directly on a specific platform. Most of them have the option for you to schedule content, and yeah, you can just create so many drafts, schedule them, and have them shared at specific times whenever you want that. Then my best tip is to organize your posts in content categories based on topics. And here I will give you even an example for Social Bee, how we do things. Obviously, we use Social Bee for our feeds, and what we've done just to make sure that we cover content for every stage of the funnel, content for different topics. We have different content categories in Social Bee. And for example, we have a category for activism and inclusivity. We have 13 posts here. We have one category for celebrity endorsements. We have 4 posts in here. We have events and podcasting, company spotlight, and so many buckets, I would say so, for different topics. And this helps you get structure in what you do, make sure you have a diverse strategy. And once you have structure to what you want to do, you can just schedule those posts for specific days. And once again, I will give you an example on how we do it at Social Bee. So I showed you before the categories. So in each category you have posts, and then in so on each day of the week and weekend, you have different categories. For example, funny content on Monday at 11, and then we have something at 8 about remote working. Once again, on Thursday, let's say, I have the Spark the Conversation category. And what it is that such social media management tools do, they take content from your categories and they share it. So on Monday, those tools take the first post on funny content. Next Monday, they will do the same, and they just go on and take more and more posts from your categories. You can even recycle them. This is, yeah, such a useful idea to rely on when you want to diversify your content. You can just recycle things. So if you have a blog post, one time you could share the blog with a preview, with a short caption and preview of the link. Next time you could add the link in the caption and just have an image instead, or a video. um, so yeah, you can recycle, reuse, and transform your content in any way you see fit. And yeah, one last tip would be to look at analytics, because with so many content types, so many content ideas, it can get hard for you to track what really works for you. And seeing your analytics, its data, its numbers, uh, it's impossible to deny what you see there. So numbers are numbers at the end of the day, and you can see what content type work best, something with a link, something with an image. If marketing news perform better, as you can see, we had more engagement here for marketing news versus promotional content. So yeah, analytics are such an important step in what you do on social media. And now I'm coming to the end of my presentation, and I will move soon with Francesca to your questions. So make sure you add them in the chat, in the ask a question section, while I just share my key takeaways with you. So the first one, what I want you to think about and maybe start planning is covering every stage of the marketing funnel and making sure that throughout the week you have a post for every stage of the funnel. So on Monday, you could decide, okay, Monday it's my advocacy post. And yeah, probably users will not see, I don't know, your first post on Monday on advocacy, but they will see the next one if you are consistent and if you have it as diverse as possible. So which leads me to my second point of diversifying your social media content really generates more engagement. And content, social media content could be different ideas, different formats, videos, links, carousels, stories. You have just so many options on so many different platforms. And I guess my last tip, which is my ultimate favorite, is to really automate social media work, because it can be overlooked fairly easily, and we all get busy with so many things, and it would be such a shame for you to not be on social media, to not put yourself out there. And now, quickly before the Q&A, if you would like to use such a tool as Social Bee to manage your social media feeds, we have a special offer for those of you who joined us today, and for those of you who will watch the replay, a 50% discount for 3 months, with a 40-day free trial. You can just go ahead and sign up and use the code mention 50 at checkout if you would like. And now I will go with Francesca for the Q&A. And I guess it would be best for me to uh, stop my share screening. What do you think, Francesca?
Yes, we can remove the share screening and then we can just have our faces so you can see us all again. Thank you so much for the presentation. Loved all of those examples. It was really actionable. I hope everyone found it as engaging and as good as I did. We have quite a few questions already in the chat, but if you think of any more, please feel free to write them in the questions tab. We're going to start answering in order of the most upvoted questions. So the first question we have is, on what social media platforms should I focus nowadays? What do you think, Roxana?
Oh, yeah, there are so many social media platforms out there, and every now and then I see more and more social media platforms popping up. So my advice would be to consider your industry first of all. So for some brands, Pinterest could work so well. So if you're in the design and visual space, Pinterest could be an option for you. If you want, and if you have the resources to create viral content, sure, go on Instagram, go on TikTok, um, post across those two platforms as reels, as TikToks. So it depends on your industry and what you want to achieve, what resources you have for content. But generally, I guess what I've seen so far, every company has a Facebook account, a Facebook page, an Instagram account, and LinkedIn. So I would say those three would be like must have, and from there on you can expand on how much you can handle it in the end.
Yes, I think that's very good advice. I think something to consider as well is where your audience are found. So think about the demographics of those platforms. TikTok and Instagram are catering to more of a younger audience. LinkedIn is more for professionals. So yeah, think about who you're trying to reach with your social media content as well, and that can answer your question there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, related to my comment, we have a question from Karahai. So what is it about the B2B aspect in social media content? Does it differ in any way?
uh, I would say yes, but with one mention. In the end, you have to stay human. Whether you are in the B2B, B2C, you have to have that human aspect to your business, to your company. Obviously, content ideas for B2B have to be focused on trust mostly, because usually in the B2B space the pricing is different. The time lag before they buy is longer, so they need to be nurtured more. You have to show maybe more reviews, more case studies. They have to trust you to make a decision. In B2C it may be easier because obviously the pricing may be lower. People might be more inclined to buy more, to purchase. As you can see in B2C, it's easier to purchase, especially if we talk about e-commerce. So I would say in the B2B, just focus on showing the business a bit more, your services, what you can do, and yeah, build some trust and social proof in the end.
Yeah, I think one piece of advice I would like to offer as well, since we are also a B2B company doing the same on social media, is to kind of differentiate between the person who is going to be purchasing the B2B service or B2B tool, as well as the users. So they may not be the same person. You have to think about the messaging that's going to be targeted at the person who's going to buy the tool. So thinking more about the benefits for the business, the benefits, yeah, how is this going to generate more revenue? How is that going to help the company's goals? Versus as well the user. So if you want to talk about the extra features that make it easy for the user to integrate into their jobs and to make their jobs easier. So this can sometimes overlap. Your user and your buyer might be the same person, but that's not always the case. So you have to kind of think about both elements with B2B social media content.
Yeah, even in our case, we have just so many agencies that have, some intern trying to buy a social media tool. And at the same time, we have to think, okay, our content needs to resonate with the intern that's looking for a solution for, the higher management, but also to some extent to show the benefits that the intern will show to higher management to convince them to use the tool, to try to provide the budget for it.
Exactly, completely agree. Um, okay, so the next most popular question we have is how can I create videos for social media with limited budgets?
That's a good question that we get so much lately. And let me just, I have even a link for you. So, what I'm using right now, and one second. So, what I'm about to say is that it is easier to create video content. You don't have to have a whole team filming for you. There are so many stock videos that you can use. There are for free, so no, there is no copywriting attached to it. And I will just give an example in the chat for one tool that I'm using. It's called Lumen 5. I will just add this in the chat. So what they do is They provide you with the audio, so you have a library with so many audio content that you can use, and you also have a library for video content, and you can just with limited, I would say, skills for editing videos, you can just have something very pleasing visually and just edit. I truly recommend the tool. Just give it a try. They have different templates as well for, I don't know, stories, for reels, for feeds, so content for your feeds. So yeah, make sure you check out the tool and see if that works for you.
Yeah, I also think that these days videos don't have to be professionally produced. I think back in the day when video marketing was starting to be a thing, everyone was really obsessed with having this kind of clean aesthetic, something super professional, filmed with a camera. But you know, these days, like the camera on iPhones, on Microsoft phones, Android phones, Sony, they are such good quality, and you can even get started with some very like limited equipment. You know, just kind of be creative, and even directly on social media themselves, like Instagram now have, you know, the reels, and you can easily make some small edits here and there. And sometimes people really resonate with this, I would say, lo-fi approach to creating videos, because it's very relatable. Like everyone can do it.
Yeah.
It's a very quick and easy way to get started, I think. So you don't always have to overthink the video creation process.
Yeah, and there are so many trends out there. If you were to spend a few minutes on Instagram and just scroll through some reels, you will easily spot a few trends that keep repeating themselves and with the same audio, the same format for, adding the text to the video, how they film it. So it's just easy to notice those patterns and try to create your own because, it's already out there. It's a trend, so if you catch the wave, people might also discover you. If they go to that specific audio, they will see so many reels that use that specific audio, and you definitely increase your visibility like that.
Yeah, totally agree. The next question is again from Korahai. We have many questions from this person. So is there any tools you would suggest for social media management?
Yeah, it may sound biased here, but obviously for us we use Social Bee, and yeah, also Mention has the whole social media management range that you can use. But in the end, what I would recommend here, because there are so many social media tools out there, you have to see and do some research and see if their features work for you. So if you are an agency, you might need features for collaboration, for giving feedback. Perhaps a social media management has them or doesn't. So you have to see what features you want and then start comparing. There are so many, for example, G2, Capterra. You can compare reviews, you can compare their features, you can go on their websites and just compare features, because in the end, and pricing as well, because pricing is also a factor when deciding what tool to use. But yeah, just you have to compare features and pricing and see what works for you.
Yeah, completely agree. And also, many tools, including Mention, come with free trials. So always take advantage of the free trial at the beginning, and you know, use the tool as if you were going to be using it in a real setting. Um, you don't just use it just to check it out. Maybe you do one post. Use it as if you were going to be using it permanently. I think that's the best way to really test the various features and the limitations, and you don't really know these things until you're using it in, yeah, in like a realistic setting. So always take advantage of the free trials, so including Mention's free trial if you would be interested at mention.com.
Yeah, and most tools, they even have a 30-day money back guarantee. They have webinars where you can just have someone walk you through the tool and you can see someone adding the content, how it works. So I think it's about research and seeing what works for you.
Yeah, totally agree. And um Another question from Karahai. So we asked, is there a structure to follow for Instagram feed depending on the funnel stages, and how would you do it?
Um, I wouldn't say there is a structure per each stage. I guess what counts for your Instagram is obviously to work on your grid. So if you could choose many options for your grid, it could be, one column where the posts are with someone, with a person. Then the next column, you could have something simple designed with some colors, and then the third one, videos, for example. So I wouldn't say there is a specific structure for you to follow depending on your final stages, and just make sure you don't overshare in a short amount of time post for the same stage, and just try to have one post for awareness, one post for advocacy, one post for engagement. Just um, try to think of it in a natural way. How would you like to see it? And in the end, how does your feed look like? Because people will discover your profile, and most likely they will not go at each specific post to read the caption to see, okay, what stage is this? What's this post? They will probably just get an overall feeling of your feed, and then decide if they will follow you, if they will go into details for each post. So just make sure you have an overall beautiful grid, and yeah, no specific structure here.
Yeah, I think there are lots of apps out there as well that help you to plan and visualize your grid. So if you already have, say, 1 month or 2 months worth of content that's prepared and ready to go, you can like drag and drop and see how it's going to appear on the feed. I can't think of any to mind, but if you just type in Google, Instagram grid planner, these tools are usually free to use as well and just help you to visualize things. I know there are some people that say, there are set percentages of content that you should be posting for awareness, and a certain percentage for consideration, a certain percentage for like product focused, decision based content. I would say do what works best for your brand, because not every audience, not every brand is the same. And also, a good technique to find out what proportion works for your audience is also by asking your audience, like asking what kind of content they're interested in, because you may be surprised that a large percentage of your audience actually follow you because they want product updates and they do want to hear about new products coming out or new features on your services. So really engage with your audience first and see what it is they're expecting from you, before defining, oh, I should dedicate, I don't know, 10% of my posts to bottom of funnel content. That would be my advice here as well.
Yeah, totally agree. Yep.
Okay, I think we have time very quickly for one more question. I think we have 1 more minute left on the session. However, I can see we do have some more questions down the list. I will share these with Roxana. We can get back to you via email directly to your questions. But the last one that I am going to pick is from um, one from Chloe, because this one is quite different. So in terms of Instagram, would you recommend a clean, aesthetically pleasing feed, or more of a messy feed with varied content?
Oh, that's a good question. Personally, I can appreciate both, and I think many people will agree with this. Even nowadays, there is such a trend with messy feeds, and that in the end, there is beauty in chaos, I would say. And you can choose even something very clean and even something messy if in the end the messiness looks good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. It's and again, it also depends on your audience. And yeah, like the industry, if you're really in like a design industry where aesthetic is really important to your customers, then yeah, like a clean aesthetic feed really, really can work. And also your personal preference, what you think looks best. Put yourself in your customer's shoes and think, how would they like this? Do you like this? That's always a good idea. But yes, I will be sharing these questions at the end with Roxana. So hopefully she will be able to get back to you in the next couple of days directly via email. And thank you so much for joining. I hope that you'll be able to make it to some of our future sessions. In about 30 minutes time, actually mention we'll be having our session about social listening for each stage of the funnel, hosted by our marketing director, Anna. So please don't miss this. It's going to be a great presentation, and hopefully get to see you later on in the day. And have a great day and see you soon.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day, morning, evening, depending on where you're at. Thank you so much.
Exactly. Bye.
Bye.